Life will break you, test you, and push you to your limits. But here's the truth, your struggles aren't here to destroy you, they're here to build you. The question is, will you rise or will you break? Watch this and find out why struggles shape you. Life isn't supposed to be easy. It was never meant to be a smooth, effortless ride where everything falls into place without resistance. Struggles are not obstacles, they are the very foundation of growth. The moments that push you to the edge, the moments that make you question everything, those are the moments that define you. Think about it. When have you ever grown from comfort? When have you ever become stronger by staying the same? The greatest transformations happen in the fire, in the pressure, in the storms of life that test your will to keep going. But most people don't see it that way. They see struggle as a punishment, as a curse, as something to escape. That's why so many people quit before they ever reach their full potential. They run from difficulty instead of embracing it, not realizing that the struggle itself is the key to becoming who they were meant to be. Look at history. Every great leader, every innovator, every person who has ever changed the world has one thing in common: they faced hardship, and they refused to let it break them. They understood that pain is not the enemy, fear is. Fear of failing, fear of looking weak, fear of not being enough. But here's the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every setback, every defeat, every painful moment is shaping you into the person you need to become. The only thing that matters is how you respond. Will you let the struggle define you, or will you use it to redefine yourself? Will you let the weight of life crush you, or will you use it to build strength? Every challenge is an opportunity to rise, to learn, to grow, but only if you decide to face it head on, only if you refuse to back down. The world is filled with people who gave up when things got tough, people who let failure stop them. But you are not one of them. You were made for more. The fact that you're here, watching this, listening to these words, it means there's something inside you that refuses to quit. That fire, that hunger, that desire to be more, to do more, to rise above your circumstances, that is what will set you apart. Your struggles are your greatest teachers. They show you who you really are when everything is stripped away. They reveal your true strength, your true character. When life knocks you down, you have two choices: stay down and let it win, or get back up and prove that nothing can break you. There will be moments when you want to quit. Moments when it feels like nothing is working, when the weight of your problems feels unbearable. But in those moments, you have to remind yourself, this is where champions are made. Not when things are easy, not when everything is going your way, but when everything is against you and you still choose to fight. Success is not built in comfort. It is built in the struggle. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the rejections, the moments when no one believes in you, that's where the real work happens. That's where you separate yourself from the rest. So the next time life gets hard, the next time you feel like giving up, remember this: the struggle is not here to destroy you. It is here to build you. It is shaping you into the person you were meant to be. Don't run from it. Don't fear it. Embrace it. Because on the other side of struggle is strength. On the other side of pain is power. And on the other side of doubt is a version of you that is unstoppable. This is your moment. This is your test. Will you rise or will you break? The choice is yours. The power of resilience in hard times, life will test you. It will throw challenges at you that you never saw coming. You'll face rejection, failure, heartbreak, and moments that make you question whether you have what it takes to keep going. And in those moments, most people break. Most people give in to the pain, give up on their dreams, and settle for a life far beneath their potential. But the people who make it, the ones who rise above adversity and achieve greatness, have one thing in common: resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It's not about pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It's about standing firm when life tries to knock you down. It's about taking hit after hit and still finding the strength to move forward. It's about refusing to let temporary pain turn into permanent defeat. When everything in your life seems to be falling apart, when it feels like the odds are stacked against you, that's when resilience matters the most. Because in those moments you have a choice. You can let the pain define you, or you can use it to fuel your comeback. The truth is, nothing great has ever been achieved without struggle. Every successful person, every great leader, every champion in history had to endure suffering. They had to go through failures that most people wouldn't survive. But what made them different was their ability to keep going despite it all. You see, resilience is not something you are born with, it is something you build. It is forged in the fires of adversity. It grows every time you refuse to quit, every time you choose to get back up after falling. And the more you push through challenges, the stronger you become. Think about the hardest moments in your life. The times when you thought you wouldn't make it. The times when you felt completely lost, completely defeated. But you did make it. You survived. And those moments, as painful as they were, made you stronger. They prepared you for the battles ahead. Because life isn't about avoiding hardships, it's about developing the strength to overcome them. Resilience is what allows you to turn failures into lessons, pain into power, and struggles into stepping stones towards success. It's what keeps you moving when everything inside you is telling you to stop. It's what separates the weak from the strong, the ordinary from the extraordinary. There will always be obstacles in your path. There will always be moments of doubt, moments where you feel like giving up is the only option. But you must remember that every challenge is temporary. Every setback is just a chapter, not the whole story. And if you refuse to quit, if you refuse to let adversity break you, then nothing can stop you. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who never fail, they are the ones who never give up. They are the ones who see failure as fuel, who use rejection as motivation, who take pain and turn it into strength. They understand that resilience is not about avoiding struggle, it's about facing it head on and coming out stronger on the other side. So, when life gets tough, when you feel like you can't go on, remember this: the struggle is shaping you. The pain is molding you. The obstacles are preparing you for something greater. And the only way to lose is to quit. You are stronger than you think. You have more inside you than you realize. The fire that burns within you is greater than any challenge that stands before you. But you must be willing to fight. You must be willing to endure. You must be willing to push through the pain and keep moving forward, no matter how hard it gets. Because in the end, resilience is not about never falling, it's about always getting back up. And as long as you keep getting up, as long as you keep fighting, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Turning failure into motivation failure is painful. It breaks your confidence, shatters your expectations, and makes you question everything you once believed about yourself. It's that gut-wrenching moment when all your hard work seems wasted, when your dreams feel out of reach, and when you start wondering if you were ever meant to succeed. But here's the truth: failure is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of something greater if you choose to see it that way. Most people fear failure because they think it defines them. They take a loss personally, as if failing means they are not good enough. But the most successful people in the world don't see failure as a reflection of their worth. They see it as feedback, as a lesson, as a necessary step toward greatness. If you can shift your mindset to view failure as a teacher rather than an enemy, you will unlock a power that most people never will. Think about the most inspiring success stories, the greatest athletes, the most influential leaders, the world-changing entrepreneurs. None of them got to where they are without failing, often more times than they can count. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school team. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. These people didn't let failure stop them. Instead, they used it as motivation to push harder, to improve, and to convince themselves and the world that they were capable of more. Failure is a test. It asks you one simple question: how bad do you want it? If you give up after failing once or twice, then you never really wanted it in the first place. But if you use that failure as fuel, if you take every setback as an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to grow, then you become unstoppable. You develop resilience, you gain wisdom, and you build the kind of strength that no amount of success can teach you. The difference between winners and losers is not that winners never fail. It's that they refuse to let failure define them. They don't dwell on their mistakes, they study them. They don't let disappointment break them, they let it build them. They understand that every failure brings them one step closer to success if they are willing to keep going. Most people quit right before they're about to succeed. They hit a rough patch, they face rejection, and they decide that maybe they weren't meant for this. But what if they had just kept going? What if they had pushed through one more challenge, taken one more risk, or tried one more time? The truth is, most people don't fail, they stop trying. They let fear, doubt, and temporary setbacks convince them that success isn't possible. But the ones who refuse to quit, who refuse to see failure as the end, are the ones who eventually win. Every time you fail, you have two choices. You can either let it crush you, or you can let it drive you. You can let it become the reason you give up, or you can make it the reason you work harder. The pain of failure can either break you or build you. The only difference is what you choose to do with it. So the next time you fall short, the next time things don't go the way you planned, don't waste time feeling sorry for yourself. Don't let self-doubt creep in and convince you that you're not good enough. Instead, take that failure and turn it into motivation. Use it to fuel your next move. Learn from it, adapt, and come back stronger. Because if you keep going, if you keep learning, and if you refuse to give up, one day that failure will be the reason for your greatest success. How to stay strong when life gets tough. Life has a way of testing you when you least expect it. One moment everything seems to be going well, and the next you're faced with challenges that make you question your strength. Maybe you've lost something important, a job, a relationship, an opportunity. Maybe you're dealing with uncertainty, struggling to find direction, or carrying burdens that no one else can see. And in these moments, when life feels overwhelming, you have a choice. You can let the pain break you, or you can find the strength to keep moving forward. Staying strong when life gets tough isn't about pretending everything is okay. It's not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring the weight of your struggles. It's about facing reality head on, acknowledging your pain, and making the decision that no matter how hard it gets, you will not quit. Strength is not about avoiding struggle. It's about enduring it, growing from it, and coming out stronger on the other side. The truth is, everyone faces hard times. No one is exempt from pain, failure, or disappointment. But what separates those who rise from those who fall is their mindset. The people who make it through life's toughest moments are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are the ones who refuse to give up. They are the ones who understand that even in their weakest moments, they still have the power to choose resilience over defeat. Your mind is your greatest weapon. The way you think determines how you handle adversity. If you allow negative thoughts to control you, if you constantly tell yourself that you can't do it, that things will never get better, then you will become a prisoner of your circumstances. But if you train your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems, on possibilities rather than limitations, then you will find strength even in the darkest moments. One of the most important things to remember when life gets tough is that pain is temporary. No matter how difficult things may seem right now, they will not last forever. Storms come and go. Struggles may feel endless in the moment, but time has a way of healing, of bringing new opportunities, of revealing new paths that you never considered before. The key is to hold on long enough to see the other side. When life gets hard, you must also surround yourself with the right people. Strength isn't just about what you can endure alone, it's about knowing when to lean on others. Find the people who uplift you, who remind you of your potential, who push you to keep going when you feel like giving up. And if you don't have those people in your life, become that person for yourself. Speak words of encouragement to yourself. Remind yourself of every challenge you've already overcome, of every obstacle you thought would break you but didn't. Another way to stay strong is to focus on what you can control. Often when life feels overwhelming, it's because we're fixated on things that are outside of our power. We waste energy worrying about outcomes we cannot change, about people we cannot control. But real strength comes from letting go of what you can't control and focusing entirely on what you can, your attitude, your actions, your response to the situation. The moment you shift your focus from what's happening to you to how you choose to handle it, you reclaim your power. Most importantly, never lose sight of your purpose. When life gets tough, remind yourself why you started, why you can't give up now. Whether it's for your family, your future, or your own self-respect, hold on to that reason and let it drive you forward. Strength is not about never feeling weak, it's about pushing through your weakness and refusing to let it stop you. Life will get tough. That's a guarantee. But you are tougher. And if you choose to keep going, if you choose to believe that there is something greater on the other side of your struggle, then nothing in this world can break you. Success is built through struggle. Success is never handed to anyone. It is earned, fought for, and built through relentless effort, countless failures, and the ability to endure struggles that most people would walk away from. No one who has ever achieved greatness did so without facing obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. If you truly want success, you have to be willing to go through the fire, to endure the struggle, and to keep pushing forward when everything seems to be working against you. Struggles are not signs that you are failing, they are signs that you are growing. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger, to develop resilience, and to learn lessons that will prepare you for the next stage of your journey. But most people don't see struggles this way. They see obstacles as reasons to give up. They assume that if something is difficult, it must mean they are not meant for it. But the truth is, struggle is the price of success. It is the proof that you are on the right path. Think about it, every great success story is filled with moments of hardship. Entrepreneurs who built billion-dollar companies started with nothing and faced years of rejection before making it. Athletes who became world champions lost hundreds of times before they won. Writers, artists, all of them struggled before they succeeded. What separates those who make it from those who don't is their ability to keep going despite the struggle. The problem is, most people only see the end result. They see the championship, the wealth, the recognition, but they don't see the countless hours of sacrifice, the sleepless nights, the failures, and the moments of self-doubt that came before it. That's why so many people give up too soon. They expect success to come quickly, and when it doesn't, they assume it's not meant for them. But success is a process. It is a journey filled with pain, setbacks, and struggles. The ones who make it are not the ones who never struggle, but the ones who refuse to quit. Struggle teaches you discipline. It forces you to develop a work ethic that separates you from the average. It teaches you patience, because nothing worthwhile happens overnight. It builds mental toughness, because once you've endured enough hardships, nothing can break you. And most importantly, it teaches you to appreciate success when it finally comes, because you know the price you paid to get there. But the hardest part of the struggle is believing in yourself when no one else does. When you are in the middle of the fight, when the results aren't showing, when you feel like you're giving everything but getting nothing in return, that's when most people quit. That's when they convince themselves that maybe they weren't meant for this. But those who push through that stage, those who refuse to let struggle define them, are the ones who eventually win. Every struggle you face is building you into the person who is capable of handling success. If success came easily, it wouldn't mean anything. If success didn't require struggle, everyone would have it. But that's what makes it valuable. It must be earned. So if you are struggling right now, if you feel like the road is too hard, remind yourself that this struggle is shaping you. It is preparing you. It is giving you the tools, the strength, and the mindset that you will need to achieve everything you have ever dreamed of. You don't become successful despite the struggles. You become successful because of them. The pain, the failures, the disappointments, they are all part of the process. They are not there to stop you. They are there to prepare you. So don't run from struggle. Don't fear it. Embrace it, because every challenge you overcome brings you one step closer to the life you were meant to live. The mindset shift you need to win success is not just about talent, resources, or luck. It is about mindset. The way you think determines how far you will go in life. You can have all the skills, all the intelligence, and all the opportunities in the world, but if your mindset is weak, you will never reach your full potential. The most important shift you need to make in your life is understanding that winning starts in your mind before it ever happens in reality. Most people are trapped by their own thoughts. They set limits on themselves before they even try. They say things like, I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, so what if I fail? But the truth is, the only thing stopping them is their mindset. Successful people think differently. They don't see obstacles as reasons to quit. They see them as challenges to overcome. They don't fear failure. They embrace it as part of the process. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They take action even when they're uncertain. If you want to win in life, you must develop a mindset that refuses to accept defeat. That means eliminating excuses. That means pushing through discomfort. That means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Because winning is not about motivation, it's about discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent or luck, it's the ability to stay committed when things get hard. You must also stop seeing yourself as a victim. Life is unfair. Challenges will come. People will doubt you, reject you, and criticize you. But none of that matters unless you let it control you. Winners don't waste time blaming others or feeling sorry for themselves. They take responsibility for their actions, for their decisions, and for their future. They understand that no one is coming to save them. It's up to them to change their own lives. Another critical mindset shift is learning to embrace failure instead of fearing it. Most people are so afraid of failing that they never even try. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary step toward it. Every time you fail, you learn. Every mistake makes you better. Every setback teaches you something that will help you succeed in the future. The people who win in life are the ones who have failed the most because they never let failure stop them. They use it as fuel to push harder, to improve, and to come back stronger. You must also train your mind to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. Too many people spend their lives thinking about what they can't do instead of what they can. They focus on their weaknesses instead of their strengths. They see problems instead of solutions. But winners think differently. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They believe in their ability to figure things out. They don't let doubt control them. They push forward with confidence, even when they don't have all the answers. Your mindset will determine your success more than anything else. If you believe you can win, you will find a way. If you believe you are unstoppable, nothing can break you. But if you allow negative thoughts, self-doubt, and fear to control your mind, you will always stay stuck. Winning is about training your mind to see possibilities where others see roadblocks. It's about developing the courage to take action when others hesitate. It's about refusing to quit, no matter how many times you get knocked down. Success starts in your mind. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you think. Shift your mindset from doubt to belief, from fear to courage, from excuses to action. Because once your mind is set on winning, nothing in this world can stop you. Never give up the road to victory. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is simple. The ones who succeed never gave up. They kept going when things got tough. They pushed forward when every part of them wanted to quit. They didn't let failures define them, and they didn't let obstacles stop them. If you want to achieve anything great in life, you must adopt the same mindset. No matter how many times you fall, you must always get back up. Quitting is easy. It's the simplest thing in the world to walk away when things get difficult. It's easy to say, this is too hard, it's not meant for me, or I'll try something else. But the people who win in life aren't the ones who take the easy way out. They are the ones who endure the struggle, who embrace the pain, and who refuse to stop until they reach their goal. They understand that the road to victory is paved with hardships, but they also know that every step forward, no matter how small, brings them closer to success. The truth is, everyone feels like giving up at some point. Even the most successful people have moments of doubt, moments where they wonder if it's all worth it. But what sets them apart is their ability to push past those doubts. They don't let fear control them. They don't let temporary setbacks turn into permanent defeat. They keep moving forward, one step at a time, because they know that quitting is the only way to guarantee failure. You have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. When you feel like quitting, think about your dreams, your goals, and everything you have worked for. Think about the sacrifices you've made, the late nights, the early mornings, and the effort you've already put in. Are you really willing to throw all of that away just because things got tough, too? Are you really willing to let one obstacle stop you from achieving everything you've ever wanted? The answer should always be no. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable, they fail because they stop trying. They let failure discourage them instead of using it as motivation. They let rejection shake their confidence instead of making them stronger. But if you refuse to give up, if you keep going no matter what, success is inevitable. It may take longer than you expected. It may require more effort than you anticipated. But if you stay in the fight long enough, you will win. Every challenge you face is a test of your willpower. Life is asking you, how bad do you want this? And your response should always be, I want it more than anything. Because if you truly want it, if you are willing to do whatever it takes, then no setback, no failure, and no obstacle will be able to stop you. You will find a way. You will figure it out. And in the end, you will succeed not because it was easy, but because you refused to quit. There will be days when you don't feel like moving forward. There will be moments when you question everything. But in those moments, remember this, the struggle you are facing today is shaping you into the person who will achieve greatness tomorrow. Every difficulty, every failure, every setback is preparing you for the victory that lies ahead. And the only way to reach it is to keep going. So no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tired you feel, no matter how many times you fail, never give up. Keep pushing, keep fighting, because the road to victory belongs to those who refuse to quit. And if you refuse to quit, then success is only a matter of time. Final words of inspiration: at the end of the day, your life is in your hands. No one else is going to create your future for you. No one else is going to fight your battles. No one else is going to put in the work that you need to do. If you want something, if you truly desire success, happiness, or purpose, then you must take responsibility for making it happen. You must decide right here and now that you will not settle for a life of regret, a life of excuses, or a life of waiting for things to change. Because nothing changes until you do. Every great story ever told is about someone who refused to give up. It's about someone who faced impossible odds but kept moving forward. It's about someone who stumbled, who fell, who failed sometimes over and over again, but never lost sight of where they were going. That is the mindset you must adopt, because life will test you. It will push you to your limits. It will try to break you. But the only way life wins is if you let it. The only way you fail is if you quit. You have so much more power than you realize. You have the ability to change your life at any moment. You are not trapped by your past, by your mistakes, by your circumstances. You are only trapped if you choose to be. The moment you decide to take control of your life, everything changes. The moment you stop making excuses and start taking action, doors will begin to open. The moment you stop doubting yourself and start believing in your potential, nothing will be able to stop you. But belief is not enough. You must act. You must take steps every single day toward the life you want. Even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't showing yet, even when it seems like nothing is working. Success does not happen overnight, but every single step you take brings you closer. And if you stay committed, if you keep pushing forward, one day you will look back and realize just how far you've come. Life is short. You don't have time to waste on fear, on self-doubt, on waiting for the right moment. The right moment is now. The best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is today. So stop holding yourself back. Stop telling yourself that you're not ready. Stop letting fear control your decisions. Because fear is a liar. Fear will keep you stuck. Fear will keep you living the same life day after day, year after year, until you wake up one day full of regret. Don't let that happen. Don't be the person who looks back and wishes they had tried harder, pushed further, or believed in themselves more. Be the person who gave it everything, who left no stone unturned. who refused to settle for anything less than what they were capable of achieving. You were not born to be average. You were not created to live a life of mediocrity. There is something inside you, something powerful, something unique, something that the world needs. But it will never be revealed if you don't step up. It will never come to life if you keep playing small. You must rise. You must embrace the challenges, the struggles, the failures, because they are all part of your journey. They are all part of the process of becoming who you were meant to be. So stand tall. Hold your head high. Walk forward with confidence, with courage, with the unshakable belief that you are capable of greatness. Because you are. And as long as you keep moving, as long as you never give up, as long as you stay focused on the path ahead, nothing in this world can stop you. The future belongs to those who are willing to fight for it. Be that person. Be relentless. Be unstoppable. Your time is now.